Whoa, so the Umbrella Academy have an autism character. Whoa. Hey guys, welcome back to the Ask Me world. What is going on? My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD, and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos on this type of content. So if you're new around here, you'd like to learn more about that subject, remember to hit that subscribe button by clicking the notification bell down below. And if you're watching over on Facebook, be sure to give this page a like and a follow to see more videos just like this one. Boom, yeah. Guys, welcome back, Different Thinkers. What is going on? Where we think differently daily. This is your #1 place to be. So, I being a huge Netflix fan, I watch all Netflix stuff. Big shout out if you watch Netflix, give this video a thumbs up because, you know, hey, Netflix is dope, yo. But I wanted to do a video because the Umbrella Academy, which is kind of like a superhero sci-fi kind of fantasy thriller in some aspects, a mystery TV show, actually has a character on the spectrum, and we're going to get into all of that right after I tell you thank you so much for Teemo for sponsoring this video. Now, Teemo is an app for people on the autism spectrum and who have ADHD. This is a little bit about Teemo. Have you ever wondered what kind of apps I use to help myself in organizing my daily life? I use Teemo almost exclusively. I use it for like organizing my daily life tasks, from getting up in the morning to remember to take my face mask out with me so I don't forget it when I'm going out. Okay, so yes, thank you Teemo. Excellent company. I can't recommend them enough. Thank you for sponsoring this video. Okay, so the Umbrella Academy. Now, if you don't know what the Umbrella Academy is, it's basically kind of like this superhero type of universe TV show where a bunch of cool like superhero dudes kind of grew up in a house, and it's like a big manor house, and it's very, you know, lavish and all this stuff. You know, if you want to check it out, just go on Netflix and type in Umbrella Academy, or just like Google it or something, and you'll find all that stuff about it. But that's not the important part. The important part is the autism-based character. Now, season 2 of this show, because I think it's been running now for like a year or two, so season 2 of this show actually highlights a character called Harlan. Now, Harlan is a little boy who is a non-verbal autistic kid, but it's set so far in the past that autism wasn't diagnosed back then, so there's no like, they're not really putting they're not really saying like autism in the show, but they are referencing it quite a bit, and so this is really interesting. So Harlan is this little kid, and the kind of story goes that they don't know how you know, good his powers are, and they don't know what he can do. He can like levitate stuff, and in one scene he's like drawing a picture of himself flying, and there's all kinds of stuff, like a mystery about him, right? And he gets like revived, and like the nanny kind of brings him back to life because he falls in a river and all this kind of stuff. But the juicy part of this, and the part that really kind of grips me and I'm like, whoa, is the fact that Harlan is a non-verbal autistic kid. So he has high support needs, and he can't communicate verbally with anybody. So in the show, he actually he's shown he's doing like stimming. He's like drawing a picture, but he's like rocking and he's tapping his hand while he's drawing this picture, which I find amazing. And one thing I did notice is that he's left-handed in it, which I kind of thought was a cool little, I don't know why, but it's just a cool little thing. But Harlan being autistic on this show is amazing because everybody else is kind of like, you know, they sometimes show different disabilities in shows like this where they have like physical disabilities, but never neurological disabilities. And I think this is amazing. Not only that, they actually highlight Harlan having meltdowns and showing the difference between an autism and a meltdown. I did a video talking exactly about meltdowns versus tantrums. I will put a link for that in a card above here and on the end screen, and also in the description down below. But in terms of people viewing this show, it's showing autism meltdowns in its full capacity, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And then also things like stimming, and one of the most interesting things is Harlan communicating to his mum and other people by, he's playing like peekaboo at one point where he's put his hands over his eyes, and then he's like playing a game, but he's not talking, he's playing a game by kind of non-verbally communicating with people, which is obviously what happens when you have people who are non-verbal. You know, it kind of creates a new language or a new task for you to create different language. Now, this is absolutely groundbreaking. The reason I think this is groundbreaking is simply this, right? So for years and years, we had nothing. We had like Rain Man on telly, and that was it really. And then you might have had The Cube, whereas another savant, you know, and then there's been nothing really like that, you know. It's all kind of like, any disability in a TV show is always an actual physical disability. But in the Umbrella Academy, you have a brilliant kind of show cast, and you have this kid who's a non-verbal autistic kid, which is amazing. Now, Netflix also broke the barrier when they introduced the Power Rangers movie onto Netflix, and the Power Rangers movie came out in 2018, I think, or 2017, and it had the Blue Ranger Billy, who is autistic, and he's on the spectrum, and he has like lower support needs, so he would have more of what you would kind of normally see diagnosed before 2013 as Asperger's syndrome. And Billy kind of in that as a superhero, showing kids different ways. You know, he's on the spectrum, and he says in the show he's on the spectrum, which is amazing. But fast forwarding from that, Netflix released their own show called Atypical, and I've done a few different reviews about Atypical. I'll try and leave in a pinned comment down below with links to my reviews of Atypical, which I worked with Netflix on Atypical season 2 and 3, so definitely check that out, it'd be amazing. And then after Atypical, they then released Love on the Spectrum, which was this TV show, which I also did a review of, where they have people on the autism spectrum dating in real life and showing that kind of like real life kind of aspect to autism, different people of varying degrees on the spectrum, which is just absolutely amazing. And for your information, anybody watching this right now, I'm actually interviewing cast members from that show, which I'll be debuting a video or interviewing those cast members very, very soon on my channel. But bear with me, this whole COVID stuff just makes everything so much more complicated. And if you're watching this in the future, COVID was this thing that happened in 2020. I'm sure you'll read about it forever. Anyway, you know, and then they come out with this brilliant character in season 2 of the Umbrella Academy. I mean, to me, it's a step in the right direction. And for Netflix being a $100 billion industry, which is just smashing it right now, and I think that like Netflix is definitely going to supersede kind of like Hollywood eventually, and online video is going to be the way forward. I think this is a step in the right direction, you know, actually showing people that autistic people have varying degrees and different abilities and disabilities, and they have some non-verbal, some verbal, some able to, you know, hold down a daily job. Some people can't, you know, for one reason or another. And I like seeing that. I like seeing that it's real, you know, there's no fluff, there's no padding around it. It is what it is, that's what it is, just deal with it. Now, continued input of autistic people in a TV and film like this is going to be amazing, because what it's going to do is change how people see and understand autism, and kind of normalize people's understanding of it, so people don't just act arrogant towards autism. They can see it and identify it, which is kind of like what we're doing with this channel. So big up to you guys, I love you. And if you if you want to leave me a comment, put it in a comment section down below. I read and respond to every comment, so it's never wasted. I just wanted to put that out there. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please share it on Facebook and Twitter, and as always guys, if you're new, please subscribe. I will see you in the next video, guys. Peace.